Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. For you guys who have been following me over the past 2 or 3 weeks, you might have noticed that you would have known that I've put out 2 videos lambasting and criticizing our new Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake. However, none of that was personal. It was just based on all the research I'd done and the information that I'd gleaned about the gentleman, which made me think, based on what I knew of his personality and his character and his history, I made those videos, 2 videos. Nevertheless, it was nothing personal. However, some people went into the comment section and asked me to give him a chance to prove himself, and so on and so forth. And therefore, I'm not only going to give this gentleman a chance, I'm going to give him some good advice. Because as you know, my channel is called The Advisor, and it is called The Advisor for a reason. It is because I'm here to empower my people. And likewise, I want to empower the Commissioner of Police. It is very important to me and to the rest of Jamaica that he does an excellent job. And it is only fair that if I have information or I have anything that could make this man's life as a policeman easier or more effective, then I should be doing it. So I am dispensing these 10 pieces of advice with the greatest of intention and in the hope that somebody will send him this video and that he will at least take some of them on board. I think all 10 are very relevant, but you guys can tell me in the comment section which ones you think are workable, which one you think are ridiculous, and so on and so forth. From here on, I'm going to address the commissioner as an individual. Dr. Kevin Blake, sir, it has been said, and you might have heard the phrase, it is an uncomfortable head that wears a crown. And sir, you have a crown, not only on your 2 shoulder pip, but theoretically you have a crown on your head, that of Commissioner of Police. The buck stops with you, and therefore, anything that goes wrong in the police or anything that doesn't get fixed, it lays right at your feet. Now, I would like you to do an excellent job, and therefore, please, sir, if you take the time to at least listen to these 10 points, it will make you might go down in history as our best commissioner in the history of this country. Without further ado, I now dispense these suggestions. 1. Sir, you need to get out of your office. One of the things you need to do is to assimilate yourself into the life that your policemen are living. In order to do that, you're going to have to start visiting police stations at nights, on weekends, and on public holidays. Sir, your presence must be felt. People must feel that you are there. And when you go to these stations, you will need to check the logbooks, check the firearms register, check all the other different books that are there, just to see, ask questions, who is in charge of the station tonight, how many officers are on duty, what are they placed, where they are placed, and so on and so forth. Were there any late? Let me see your duty roster, and so on and so forth. Then at that time now, you will get a feel of what the police, the personnel are really doing, what they are undergoing. Go into the bathroom, take a look. Go upstairs, look into the dorm. As I said, this is not like for an inspection purposes. It's just to get a feel of what your police stations are like. 2. See to it that your men from inspector upwards are on, like you, like yourself, are on the road sometimes at nights and weekends on public holidays. Because if you is not a sweet boy, you can't have none of your subordinates be sweet boys. Yes, your divisional commanders and sub-commanders should be under pressure just like everybody else. That way, your men will respect you when they see that you are going through the same things that they are going through, and you will get a better insight into the life of your policemen and be able to make better decisions when you go back to your offices. Not only that, you will be able to see from talking to your men which ones deserve to be promoted. Which leads me to point 3. After visiting these stations, you would look at the station guard, the other men. You would ask how long you're in the force, what you've been doing, what can you do, and so on and so forth among the men, and you take your notes. And based on these notes, you might be able to find constables who you can promote based on your personal interaction with these men in these police stations. And when I say police stations, you're not necessarily even going to the divisional headquarters. You go to little outstations. Because some of the best policemen are there in the outstations. Because as you know, one of the most demotivating factors in the police force is lack of promotion. And why is it? And in order to keep good policemen, they need to be motivated. It has been said that the Jamaica Constabulary, that being a policeman in Jamaica is a career. It's a career. But how can you have a career and you stay in the same level for 25, 30, 40 years? That don't make no sense if it's a career. You must move up in your career. I'm quite sure you understand what I'm saying there, sir. Now to point 4. Sir, good leadership is about being attuned to the needs, the concerns, and the aspirations of your subordinates. And the way to do this is to have an open door policy where constables can come, and sub-officers too, can come and talk with you. You can't isolate yourself at 103 to 105 Hope Road, or isolate yourself from your men in any way, shape, or form and get the type of understanding and knowledge that you would need to make your career pop or to make the best decisions. I know that currently in the force, nobody can just knock your door. It doesn't happen. Not in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And you can make the change where that's concerned. Currently, when a constable or corporal want to get to you or to speak with you or have your audience, they have to go through their sub-officer or their superior. And they make the request. A constable can send you a letter or address you in any way, shape, or form. So that had always been something in the force that isolates the commissioner from the people that he's supposed to be in charge of. So you have got to stop that. Knowledge is power. What you can learn from these people by having an open door policy where they can come and talk to you, you will be able to make better decisions based on the feedback you get from them. Because if you want to make decisions, why you going to use to make decisions? Sometimes it's not the corporal or the sergeant who is going to give you the best information, because they will doctor the information to suit themselves. I would advise you, cut out that. Tell policemen if they want, they send directly to you. Have a liaison officer in your office who will collect all the requests and decide on a few. You're not going to be able to see everybody, but you will be able to select from a few without the sub-officers having any need to get involved. 5. Right now, I can tell you, Dr. Kevin Blake, Commissioner of Police, I can tell you this. Currently, Mocha is sitting on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of police files of forced applicants. And I would go to say they're sitting on well over 1,000 files. And these files have been accumulating over several years. Sir, the reason why your police force is starved of men, and believe me, I know what I'm talking about, is because Mocha has refused, whether they're doing it to sabotage you or it is just a case where they simply are negligent, are just inefficient. But whatever the case, sir, a lot of those forced applicants who have done everything and just leaving the polygraph have been stuck outside the force for many years. Sir, I do not know if you have any control over it, because I've been told that the police force itself, per se, has no control over whether Mocha ever even do one polygraph, yes or no. That's what I'm hearing. That may or may not be true. However, here is what you can do, and I'm sure, but first of all, if you can go over to their offices, if it's within your authority, then go over there and check it out. And here's something very, very important. I want you as a policeman to arrange with the government to put out an ad on television, on radio, and in the newspapers that any recruit who has been cleared by the JCF and whose file have been sent off to Mocha for the polygraph to be done, and it's going over 3 months and they have not had the polygraph done, they should call a certain number. You have a number that they're supposed to call, and when you get that list, compile that list, you can take that list over to Mocha or take it to the Minister of National Security and say, this is why I don't have no police or enough policemen in my force. Right there, the government will be forced to make the necessary changes. Think of how you would look if you do this, and take it from me, sir. Well over 1,000 men, force applicants, are now not in the force because of this. 6. A good leader is a good listener. Sir, when you're talking to your subordinates, listen. Despite your having a PhD, sir, you do not know everything. And trust me on this, even a constable in training can teach you things that you did not know. Therefore, approach this communication with these men with an air of humility. 7. One of the things you need, sir, to make your position pop is to solve one very important case. Any case. What I would suggest, the case I'm suggesting to you, is one that I have been carrying on about 5 or 6 of my videos. The case of Shane McCullough, who killed his wife, Chantel Blake McCullough, in Old Harbour. I'm quite sure you know of that case. I'm quite sure you know that Shane McCullough is now hiding out in Canada and seeking asylum. I think you should call in all the policemen who have had that case and who were the investigating officers, both which some are at Halfway Tree and some are at Matilda's Corner. Call them in, get a briefing, take notes, get all the files, and see where you can go to have that man brought back to Jamaica for justice. Sir, a case like that would send your ratings sky high. 8. A lot of the clerical and administrative work that's happening at 103 to 105 Old Hope Road, which is the office of the commissioner, can be done by civilian staff. Not only can be done by civilian staff, it can be done better by civilian staff. You don't need men don't have to have police authority to be pushing papers around in an office. that could be left to civilians and send police a road go do police work. How me sound, sir? Remember, just as how we have the ancillary staff that tidies the office and the bathroom, and you have other ancillary staff that mows the lawn, clip the hedge, do everything, you don't need policemen to do those. Just the same way you don't need police to be necessarily in an office doing clerical work. Send them out, go do police work. Not all of them, because there are some documents which are sensitive which you want to leave just for policemen, for police personnel only. And I can understand that. But by and large, so much of them not supposed to sit down up there and push round paper here and there. And I'm quite sure that if you're sending a requisition order for new staff to the government, it will be honored. They will pay those people because these are people that you require. And you require them for the proper running of the office. Have your duty commander to decide what staff and the caliber of staff you may need to replace policemen, and get in those trained people to push paper around. Also, sir, you need to get around you a circle of men that will go out and seek informants, police informants in areas where you have heavy violence and crime. These people will be paid a salary, and that requisition for those staff too can be made with the government. And those people are people out in who live in these areas who you can get to pass on extremely valuable information to the police force. These people will know which gunman live where, who is related to, who him kill, and so on and so forth. And you can compile these information so you know who to go for when you need to go for anybody, because you have a network of agents, paid agents. It's their job to just glean information and pass it up to you, and then you can pass those information down to whoever might be necessary, whichever necessary group or the right correct group to do that particular task based on the intelligence that you gathered. Finally, sir, number 10. Do you know the real value of a 9mm bullet? Sir, I'm not quite sure you do. Well, the market value of a 9mm bullet is somewhere about $200 to $250 Jamaican dollars. But is that the real value of a 9mm bullet, sir? I say not really. Here is why. One well-placed 9mm bullet in the right place, can save Jamaica millions and millions of dollars. It's saving court time, it's saving prison meals, it's saving judges' time, it's saving electricity, it's saved in the amount of catering that the government does per year. And those savings adds up to a very, very sizable sum. Based on number 9, where you have the right police informants to give you the right information, you can use that information and go knock on somebody's door at 2 a.m. And with one well-placed 9mm bullet, you will save 10 lives. All you need to do is to be more sophisticated in your approach. It can be done. Now, I'm going to say one thing to you. Ask your question, really. If a tree falls in a forest and there is no one there to hear the sound, did it make a noise? From the point of view of proper epistemology, this question can be answered correctly 10 different ways. They all would be correct. But for this specific purpose, I ask another question. I hope you are a bright man because you have a PhD. If Indicom doesn't know the police is involved in a certain act, can Indicom take steps to have police prosecuted? Sir, all you have to do is to have a level of sophistication. And the first thing you would need is critical thinking. And then what you need is to plan strategically, operationally, and tactically. And if you know how to line up all those ducks in a row, you solve Jamaica's crime problem so easily. Murders will be down and you will be the commissioner that does it. That's all I have to say to you, sir. I look forward to if I see changes in the Jamaica Constabulary Force while it is under your jurisdiction, I'll be the first to post up everything good that you have done. Because as I said, what I've done in the past was nothing personal. I will be the first to post them and I'll be the first to big you up and give you all your medals. And let the world know who Dr. Kevin Blake is if you stamp your name on this job. Good luck, sir. Happy hunting. And I look forward to write your achievements and your escapades as they occur within your tenure. You have every opportunity now to write your own history, to rewrite Jamaica's history, change its trajectory, and I wish you well. Guys, thank you for visiting my channel. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.